Hello everybody, welcome to another video. My name is Infiniti and today I'm going to be showing you guys how I pick up knitting stitches on the edge of crochet work. I'll show you how to pick up knitwise and pick up purlwise as well. Little known fact, this is how I commonly construct my knitwear. So usually after I get done building up the body of a sweater or a garment, I will do a line of single crochets and then I will go back to pick up knit stitches or purl stitches and work from there, usually with my sleeves or with my collars. It's just a really easy method for me to do and I wanted to share this. I just released a knitting pattern that involves some of this, so I figured I'd upload a video to help out with that process. Without further ado, I'm going to jump right into the tutorial. So here I have a little crochet swatch that I am ready to work on, and first I will show you guys how to pick up knitwise on this work. So I am going to grab some scrap yarn here and I am just going to pick up my work. I'm going to start, for these knit stitches, I'm going to start from right to left and I'm just going to insert my knitting needle under this first single crochet from front to back. I'm going to loop my new yarn onto my knitting needle and I'm just going to scoop that stitch through, connecting it to my new work. Now sometimes I will go about knitting in my end as I go, but for the sake of today's tutorial I will not do that. I'm going to pick up my single strand, my working yarn. I'm going to now insert the tip of my knitting needle into that next single crochet. Yarn under, pull up a loop. I'm going to do it again for the next stitch. Insert my knitting needle from front to back, yarn over, pull up a loop. And I'm going to do this all the way across my work until I get to the end of my row. And the same method applies for working in the round. Alright, now that I am at the end of my row, can kind of spread these out, and now I have all of my stitches on my needle. And so from here I would just turn my work and continue knitting, or purling in my case. You know, if I wanted to do a stockinette pattern I would just purl my whole back row. By the way, I am a continental knitter, so if it looks like I'm twisting my yarn the wrong way, that's probably why. I've come to realize that a lot more people do English style knitting than continental knitting, but that's okay. I would continue to work whatever pattern that I was working on until I got the desired length of my project or I reached the end of my instructions. But when you pick up knitting stitches this way, if you look on the back side of your work, you get this seam here, which I like, and sometimes when I make patterns that seam is on the outside of my work. Sometimes it's on the inside. Most of the time it's on the inside though. Anyway, I hope that this part was helpful for you guys. Now let's move on into how to pick up and purl stitches along a row. Alright, now on to picking up purl stitches. Now this is the right side of my work. I cast off my other end. When it comes to picking up purlwise, I usually stick to doing this when I'm on the inside of my work because it does the reverse of picking up knit stitches on the right side. So if you pick up and purl stitches on the right side of your work, you're going to end up with this seam on the front side, which isn't always a bad thing. Sometimes, like I said, it's part of the design concept, but if it's not part of your design concept, you want that bad boy on the inside. So I'm going to start on the wrong side of my work, and I'm going to pick up my spare yarn here, my second color, and this time I'm going to insert the tip of my needle from the back side of the work through the front side of the work. I'm going to loop my yarn and I'm going to pull it through to the other side. Okay, and again, not weaving in my end as I go this time because it's just a swatch. Alright, I'm going to do that again. So my needle is to the back of my work. I'm going to insert my needle underneath that next stitch. Going to wrap my yarn purlwise, pull the loop back to the front of the work. Very similar to just doing regular purls, if you ask me. But I would continue to do that, oops, all the way across my row. You want to make sure you're grabbing both loops of your single crochet stitch or whatever stitch you're picking up your stitches on. And my last stitch here. So I started with a swatch of 12 single crochets, and I picked up stitches, picked up and purled in each stitch across, so I have 12 purl stitches coming across here. Alright, and from here I could start knitting whatever pattern that I like, but I won't be going up any rows here. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. If so, don't forget to leave it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future knitting content. I typically post knitting tutorials on Wednesdays at 9:30 a.m. CST. So, you know, I hope you stick around for future content. If you haven't seen my newest pattern release, the Genesis top, it is only available on my website. If you're interested in that pattern, you can head on over there. It's linked in my description box below. Helps support the channel and I'd appreciate it so much. Check me out on other social media. I'm on pretty much everything except for Snapchat and TikTok. I'm especially active on Instagram, so if you want to, you know, keep up with future pattern releases and what I'm doing in the studio from day to day, head on over there and give me a follow. And until next time, guys, happy making.